Hey, what's up guys? In this video, we'll go over the 3 most important mistakes developers make when they launch a SaaS platform. Let's jump right into it. So mistake number 1 is building for the wrong audience. Or maybe, we can put it another way by saying building a product without actually knowing what this product can be used for, or actually what kind of problem this product will solve. So let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, you're a nice guy and you're inventing a hammer. So you're like, okay, now I invented this tool. I will try to find some clients who want to use my tool. Then you go and you try to find your client and you find this nice guy telling you, hey, I have a screw. I need to screw something. Can you help? And you'll say, yeah, you can maybe try to screw this thing with my hammer. And this guy will tell you, no way, I just need a screwdriver, right? So what happened here is you are in a position where you have a solution waiting for a problem. So you maybe built a good solution, but you don't really understood the problem your solution were solving. So you maybe created a solution for, a problem that doesn't really exist. And maybe the users you want to talk to have a different problem to solve. So a better way to think about it is to try the opposite. First, you have to think about the problem. And if you think about the problem, you can find some people that actually want to screw things. And if you notice and understand the problem they really have, you can come up with the right solution for them. So you can give them the screwdriver they are waiting for. Now, let me give you a more concrete example that I heard from a developer very recently. So recently, a developer came to me and told me, hey, I built an AI chatbot. Actually, many people are doing that, including myself. So he told me, I built an AI chatbot. I can put it on your website. It's really cool, and it will talk to your users automatically. And the answer I had is, okay, that's nice, but I don't really need this chatbot. And the reason why I don't need it is because I want to talk to my users. So if you go to cobol.io, my website, you'll see there is Crisp on it. And Crisp is not a chatbot. Crisp is a real chat where I can get in touch and connect with my users. And this is because I want myself and my teammate to connect with our users. I want to talk with them. I want to know what's wrong with our product. I want to know if our users can't use our product. So it's very important to me to get in touch with my users. So I don't want an AI chatbot. However, this doesn't mean building an AI chatbot is meaningless, because a good way to think about it is to start from the problem the chatbot could solve. In fact, a chatbot could solve many problems, and it's much easier if you start building your chatbot based on those problems first. Let's try to think about another way to build this chatbot. I will give you a real example. I know many technical startups who have literally thousands of users on a Discord because, they created a huge community around their technical product. And the problem is their Discord is overloaded by people asking technical questions all the time. And their team doesn't have the capability to answer to everyone. Plus, those questions are very technical, so it would require to have, 5 or 10 engineers dedicated to answering to those users. And most of them are free users, so it's not really possible. For this kind of specific chatbot or problem, having an AI chatbot might be the right solution, don't you think? And boom, we just invented Inkip. So that's exactly the use case why Inkip has been created. Inkip is a chatbot that you can add to your Discord or to your website, and it will learn based on your technical documentation of your product, and then Inkip will be able to point out your users to the right answer when they ask something on your Discord or on your website or maybe other platforms. So Inkip is not just another AI chatbot. It's a chatbot that has been created based on a very specific problem, a problem that technical startup founders have when they have a huge community asking a technical question constantly on Discord or any other platforms. And just to make it clear, I'm not sponsored at all by Inkip. I don't even know them. I just know their product. So it was just, I believe, the perfect example to make my point. Now let's talk about mistake number 2. over-engineering. When you start a product, and especially if you're a developer or a first-time founder, you're trying to think about all the problems you could solve at once, and you're trying to think about all the features you could add to your product. However, this is definitely not the good way to think about it. What I like to say is you have two things to do in order to build and launch your product. You have the problem discovery part and you have the solution discovery part. And I like to use this term of discovery either for the problem and the solution, because it's, a constant process that you have to go through and iterate. So you'll first try to talk to your users, you'll discover the problem they have, and once you have a clear idea of the problem they have, you'll try to find a solution and you'll design a solution for them. And then when you created your solution, you'll try to, give this solution to your users, and maybe you'll get some feedback, and some of them will tell you, hey, your solution is not solving the right problem, I have this problem instead, or you should do a different way, your solution doesn't really work for my use case, and things like that. So you start getting feedback. So I like this way to think about it. You have a problem discovery and you have a solution discovery, and you have to iterate on those two parts. I know that they say the same thing at Y Combinator, it's just they put it differently. Like they say you have to do two things. You have to talk to users and then you have to build your product. And once you build your product, you have to talk to users again. And you have to do that constantly every time. So those are two ways to say the same thing. Talk to users, build your product, find a problem, create solution, and then iterate. And to make my point, I would like to show you this funny meme where you can see you have some dummies people here, who launch very quickly and iterate because they don't really have choice. So they will create poor solutions very quickly because they don't know how to do differently. And then you have those very Jedi, very smart people here that will launch quickly as well because they know it's very crucial to launch as quick as possible. And in the middle you have those perfect super engineer guy who will create scalable solution, think about all the problems they could have, make market studies, try to raise money and things like that. And those people won't really build a startup or a SaaS because they will waste too much time doing those stuff. And so you definitely don't want to be in this category in the middle here. So how to launch quickly and stop over engineering? Well, first you have to use existing tools. So you can use Retool, Stripe, Firebase, Cobol, Bubble, Webflow. It doesn't matter what tool you use. You just have to think about if you can use any tool to go faster. And if that's the case, feel free to use them. It doesn't matter if you use Firebase and you have to rebuild your product in 3 months, because if you don't do it that way, and if you spend 3 months creating a super neat product without Firebase, then you'll die. So you have to launch a product as soon as possible, even if it's crappy, even if it's using Firebase or anything else that could help you to launch faster. And you have to launch in a week or 2, or at least under a month. And the difference between launching in a week versus launching in 2 months could save your startup, because in the meantime you'll learn so much thing about your users, about your product, and about what you have to build, that in 3 months you'll be able to put everything in the trash and rebuild everything much better than if you had done that way at first. The second thing is to build something simple. Keep in mind that you may not need any database. Keep in mind you may not need any app, or you may not need even to code. Feel free to use no-code solution. Feel free to use anything that could help to solve a problem for your users. And don't forget to be creative. So as an example, I can give you ImageBear. I will show you. This is a product, a SaaS I created in 2 days. So I had to code it, so I used Next.js to code it. But for example, I can sign in as a user, and I haven't coded the customer portal because this is using Cobol.io, and Cobol provided me, the authentication management, the customer portal, the pricing management, the monetization, everything, and all those things I haven't had to build them. So I can log in as a user, and this is something completely provided by Cobol. So the only thing I had to build is this page here, and I used an AI API to allow my users to generate images that way. And my users can generate images, that they can manipulate images. There is an AI credit that increments. This is thanks to Cobol SDK. And there is not even the database for that, because the credit and usage of my users is using Cobol.io. So here I'm using an API to generate the image. I don't store the image anywhere. So I built an entire SaaS platform with monetization, with login, with users and everything I need to make money, but I don't even have any single database. And that's how I've been able to launch it in 2 days. That's the kind of solution you want to think about when you are thinking about launching a SaaS platform. You have to think about the minimal solution that will provide value to your users. So keep it simple. Don't add 1,000 features, and keep it simple and neat. Now, mistake number 3, not selling your product. And by that I mean not selling it from day one. It's super important to understand, especially if you are a developer, that a product never sells by itself. Even if you create the best product out there, you have to sell it at some point. So you have to put marketing effort from day one. We all know very smart founders who created very smart product, but who never sold them because they never talked about their product, they're shy, and they never put the right marketing effort trying to sell the product. So keep in mind that the best growing companies are not necessarily those who create the best product, but also those who sell the best their product. And if you can do both, it's even better. So if you're shy like me as a developer, here is some tips you can use to sell your product from day one with minimal effort. So first, talk to your friends about it, because if you're solving a problem you have or your friends have, most likely you know people who have this problem and you just have to reach out. So if your friends have this problem, it's even better. You can talk to them. Otherwise, just try to talk to people you know have this problem. Building in public on X or LinkedIn or any platform could help you to reach your audience. Trust me, people really like when you share what you're building. It shows you're building something, it creates good vibes, and people love to follow what you're building, and it creates also brand awareness. So it's really great. I suggest you build in public. It costs nothing because you just have to build your product and share as you go what you're building. So you can do it mostly at no cost. Then you can cold DM people. If you know well your audience, you just have to maybe scrap some users on LinkedIn, or scrap the stargazers on GitHub, or you can find people from your targeted audience, and then you just have to reach out by message. At first, you can do it manually, so it's more natural and you'll get more natural feedback. And then once your process is set up, you can just, automate it using other platforms. Another good way to promote your product is to do what I'm doing now. Make videos. You can make TikTok, YouTube, Instagram video. It doesn't matter. Just think where your audience is and, make video that provide value. For example, myself, I'm building Cobol.io. It's a SaaS that allows people to monetize their SaaS. So by giving you information about building SaaS platforms, I have many occasions to talk about Kobo and, create brand awareness about Kobo. And hopefully some people will like me and will, have a look at what I'm building, and they will find Kobo and they will eventually use it. So do like me, make videos, provide value to your audience, and you'll see you'll start selling your product. So in general, I don't suggest you advertise, because until you really know your lifetime value of your users, it's really hard to achieve profitability and to be break even on advertising, especially when launching a SaaS. But if you're selling a one-time product, advertising about it may be a great idea. Another one that I forgot could be the SEO, but again, this is a more long-term strategy, but you can do it. So you can write blog posts, you can write content on your website, you can write content on Medium, on Dev2, or any other platforms that works for you. That's about it for this video, guys. I hope it has been useful. If you have other mistakes in mind we should avoid as developers when launching a SaaS, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If you're building a SaaS, feel free also to promote it in the comments below. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe to not miss the next one. And also feel free to smash the like button. And in the meantime, I wish you a good rest of your day and keep shipping, guys. Bye.